Right, so today we're going to be talking about a story that I told a long time ago on this channel, and I don't want to toot my own horn.
These days, me and my friends were there.
But I feel like I've gotten a little better at this YouTube thing. And I really enjoy sharing my stories and experiences with everyone. I just find the stories quite funny, actually. Some of them, including this one, are a little unbelievable. Sometimes I try convince myself that it was just like a dream when I was a kid. But that makes no sense because my friends remember it also. It's a confusing situation. So today I'm going to be talking about when me and my friends got chased down by two 30-year-old people. One with a baseball bat, the other one with some sort of other bludgeoning weapon. And one of them even went as far as to try and tase us. Which, yeah, that does not sound very good when you realise that we were 10. Basically, when I was a kid, I was confined to my estate, my housing area. And a lot of my friends who lived in the same area were given the same rules. So we basically spent every waking hour going around and exploring our own estate. But after 10 years, it does get a little boring, you know? There's no new sights to discover, no new mysteries. And one day, I don't even know who it was, one of my friends came up with the idea to infiltrate a private apartment complex that was at the very top of our road. And I've discussed in a few of my videos, but I was a little bit mischievous as a child. I had, I don't know, I was genuinely borderline psychotic, I'm not gonna lie. So this temptation of danger was just too much for me. And to get into this gated apartment complex, we had to hop over a wall that was at the end of a lane at the top of our road, but we basically had to hop up on top of a few wheelie bins and hop over this wall to get into the car park of this apartment complex. And from there we were able to run fucking wild, and we wreaked a little bit of havoc. Now, we weren't going around and vandalizing cars and windows and doors and everything like that. We weren't to that degree. Sometimes. But over the next few months, we basically had a brand new playground with brand new areas to discover. We used to pretend to be pizza delivery guys somehow, so people would let us into the apartment buildings. And my guy, some of us deserved a fucking Oscar. Prepubescent children pretending to be pizza delivery men and actually getting in, and they believe you. That wasn't the only character we played, but that was one of our favorites. And upon entering these apartment complexes, we would basically go around and just knock on people's doors and run away, which to any Americans, or the more general term I should say, is ding dong ditch. We've done it a lot. But yeah, in this apartment complex there are multiple apartment buildings. There were loads, and we entered every single one of them. Sometimes we climbed up onto the bridges to get in and just knock on people's doors and blah blah blah. It was a whole fucking ordeal. And this went on for months, and we done this a lot because, as I said, we were bored with our old arrangements. And we used to do this with the sole intention of those people calling the police on us, because again, it is a private housing area, so they're not gonna like a few little delinquent kids from the not so nice part down the road annoying them, you know? So the police would come and we would have a bit of a challenge, you know? We wanted that challenge. We wanted to get chased by people who could possibly catch us. And this happened multiple times. It seemed like every single time we were there, the police were getting called, and we had to run and hide, split up sometimes, and some people were hiding under fucking balconies, and it was so weird. It was funny though. But at some point, me and some of my other friends got grounded for some other mischievous shit that we done. And I think I was grounded for about 2 weeks, so I wasn't able to go up and play in that area anymore. And in our minds, when we were finally allowed to go up there, the heat has died down. We were cool. Nobody was able to recognize us for some reason, apparently, in our heads. So one day we went up to try and get into one of the apartment buildings that we have never gotten into. There was one that was very restrictive, but on this fateful night, after many failed attempts, we done it. We felt proud of ourselves, but we actually didn't want to do anything mischievous, to be honest. Some days we just wanted to go up and just relax in one of the stairwells because it was just so calming. I don't know why. There was just really quiet, and we were away from all the other delinquents in our fucking road. It was zen. And on this fateful day that we got in here, we found a nice spot at the very top of the staircase. So there was 3 of us in this one stairwell, and 3 of my other friends wanted to go over to the other side so they could wave at us. So they walked along the bridge into the other staircase, and the windows were facing each other, so we were able to wave at each other and do silly things. Now, as this is happening, I turn behind me to make sure nobody is coming to kick us out or anything, and there was a door directly at the top of the stairs, and on this door had a little square cut out of it with a window in it so you could see through it. And when I done this, I turned around to see an old bald man with a camera taking pictures of us, and of course that freaked me the fuck out. So we bolted, we started running. And as we're running down this staircase, every time you get to the bottom of the stairs, you could see over to the other staircase. And our friends were having the same dilemma. We seen from the top of the staircase a woman in her 30s running down after them. And usually when we have our little pursuits, we're prepared. We are ready for it to happen. This time we were caught off guard. We had our guard down, man. So we all bolted out of this fucking building and we ran to one of our favorite little hiding spots. And we waited there for things to die down. Maybe they'd stop looking for us. I don't know what we were thinking. And about 20-30 minutes passed by and we were like, you know what? It's time to go back home. It's time to get over the wall. And the thing with this apartment place is you have to go through this giant arch to walk down to the car park. And the problem with that is that fucking arch is directly in front of the main gate. So if we were going to go there was a high likelihood that we were going to get caught. But eventually we were like, fuck it, we're gonna have to do it. So we kind of ran down this fucking archway down to the parking lot. And this parking lot was big, as I said, and all the walls were surrounded by big bushes, trees, like the lot. And as we go down there, we see the man who was taking a picture of us at his car getting something out of his boot. And when we seen this, we bolted. We didn't do it coordinately, we just fucking split into all different directions. But for some reason, I was the only one who was left alone. Because his back was turned to us, we didn't think that he seen us, so we kind of hid in like the bushes along that wall, so we thought we'd be able to creep towards our exit, basically, without being noticed. And my friends were all together in like one bush waiting for their turn to move. And I was alone, and I did not have much foliage to cover my, existence. And this man seen me, so his attention was drawn away from my friends who were closer to the exit than I was. So I waited for him to get closer to me, and as he got close, I just bolted. I ran away in the direction of my friends. But the entire time I'm thinking, where's the other lady? And I can't remember exactly how she got there. Again, I was like, this is like 14 years ago? Something like that? Oh my god. So the details are a little fuzzy. I don't remember exactly how she ended up in the parking lot as well. But she was a bit of a distance behind the guy that was coming after me. So as I started to, kind of get to my friends who were at this point trying to hop over the wall, she was trying to cut me off. And since none of them have noticed my friends hopping over the wall, I was like, I'm gonna do a little bamboozle on them. So I done a whole lap of the parking lot, just being a child, screaming shit at them, telling them to fuck off. And it was at that point that I realized what they had in their hands. This man pulled out a baseball bat out of his fucking car to attack children. Maybe it was an intimidation tactic, but that was fucking gone away when I get to the end of this story. I was too filled with fear to fucking do anything because these cunts had malicious intents in their eyes. Like, I'm not trying to say that anything that we done in that building was, fucking worthy of praise or anything, but we weren't doing anything that bad to get attacked by 30-year-olds. And the entire time I'm screaming shit at these people, neither of them were responding. And in the background behind them, I seen my friend struggle to get up the wall. He was built a little bigger, and this wall was about like maybe this tall, something like that compared to me. And I'm like 5'11", 6 foot. So for children, it's a pretty big fucking wall. And he was struggling and he was panicking, and I think he even almost started to cry. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to risk it. So I sprinted past them. I knew I was faster than them. They were just kind of like Jason Voorhees walking towards us, basically. They're fucking weirdos. And I bolted over to my friend to try help him up onto the wall. And as soon as they seen that we were trying to escape, they picked up the pace, man. As soon as I got to my friend, I put my hand down to kind of like boost his foot up over the wall. And as he like stood on my hand to get over the wall, I looked to see where the fuckers were. And they were like basically jogging towards us. They weren't sprinting or anything, they were jogging, which to me was a far more intimidating tactic. So my friend eventually got over the wall, and at that age I was better at parkour than my friends were at that point. Well, some of them anyway. So I was able to climb. But when you are doing something that you know you are efficient at, while being chased, everything goes out the window. You forget how to do anything. You don't even remember how to breathe. And when I done my last little like look over my shoulder to see where they were dangerously fucking close, and I was terrified. That was the one point in that like little debacle that I genuinely felt like I was going to die. And to get over this wall, you kind of had to put your foot on like a little log that helps the trees grow. They kind of put it beside it to keep the tree straight. And this thing was withered and worn. As I said, we were using this one fucking tree for months, so it was falling apart. So instead of using that, I kind of had to like put my foot at an angle on this little baby tree and kind of like ninja jump my way up so I could get up like this on the wall. And while I was like exactly in this position, I will never fucking forget it. I looked over the wall, seeing 3 of my friends standing at the other side waiting for me. And I looked them in the eye and all I heard was a taser. I just heard like the zzz of a taser and I fucking shit it. They all looked as well, they heard it, they knew what was about to happen. My ass was fully exposed to the perpetrator. I was about to get fucking anally tased, man. And you know, as a kid, when you're starting to shit yourself, your body just starts like flailing. So I was like constantly like trying to fucking get my foot to latch onto any part of this wall so I could boost myself up, to no avail. So I eventually just had to kind of give up, let my arm go and drop down. So I fucking bolted. I ran, tried to divert them away from the tree so I had more time to get over the fucking wall. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know why I didn't just go and buzz myself out of the front gate. Huh, but these adults were smart. One of them followed me in pursuit, and the other one, with the taser by the way, stayed at the fucking tree. So when I came back after what I thought was a fucking successful venture to distract them, I guess, she was still standing at the tree. And I knew this woman was not the most physically fit in the world, so when I seen her standing there, I knew I could get by her. But I saw this and I just said, fuck it, I'm just gonna sprint full speed at her. I was dying at this point. I'm not a very physically fit person, so I was fucking panting. So I just decided to try run at her as fast as I could, do a little loop-de-loop around her, get up on the wall and get over the wall. Which, honestly, worked pretty well. She was looking very pissed, and when I got to the wall, I tried to do that same ninja technique that I'd done before, but the amount of adrenaline that was running through my body at this point, I felt superhuman. So when I got to that tree, I jumped off of it, and I basically cleared the fucking wall. And I kind of like rested on top of it for a second. All I seen was the man coming at me with the baseball bat and the woman with the taser. And the woman went to get my hand, one of my hands with the taser, and I moved it. And at the same time, the other guy tried to hit my hand with the baseball bat, which was currently clamped onto the fucking wall. Brick wall. My hand would have been shattered. And of course, like anyone would do, I let go. But fuck me, I nearly fell to my death. Again, this was like a 6'5" fucking wall. Basically, the way I was on the wall, I was lying on it like this. I don't even know why I'm leaning, but anywho. And my hands were on the wall like this at the side where the car park was, because I was trying to stop myself from completely clearing the fucking wall. So when I let go, I rolled, because half of my body was off of the wall already. So I rolled off of it, did a little bit of a tornado. I felt like I sexually identified as a fucking Beyblade or something. The bins that we always use to get over the wall in the first place softened my fall. Still hurt like a fucking bitch, I'm not gonna lie, but like I would have been a lot worse with like fucking loose stones and gravel and shit on the ground. And I bounced off of these bins, done another spin, and landed on the ground on my hand. Like palm of my hand, so it was all like cut, and I landed on it and there was a stone directly like sticking straight up, and it like stabbed me in the hand basically, and it went down to like the white tissue, and it was pretty fucking nasty actually. I remember looking at it and thinking like, why is it white? Like, I didn't understand biology at that age, so I was pretty scared. I thought I was gonna die. But yeah, I never went and told any of my family members because I genuinely thought that I was gonna get in a lot of trouble. But now that I'm actually an adult, I would have wanted my child to tell me if he got attacked by 30-year-olds. Like, what the fuck? If you like this video, make sure to leave a like. If you don't, leave a dislike. Let me know why for either down below. If you like my face and you want to see more, make sure to click on the channel. A whole variety of different content on there. And I want to take this time to thank you all for the support on all the recent videos. It truly means a lot to me. And a lot of you guys are saying in the comments that when you first saw my videos, you thought I was a bigger YouTuber and stuff like that. And that honestly makes me feel so fucking good. And also, thank you for 900 fucking subscribers. This is a long outro, I'm sorry, but whoever's listening, thanks for staying here. If you don't know, I said if I hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2024, I'm gonna go and jump out of a plane and make a video about it, which I'm equally as terrified about as I am excited. So hopefully we hit that, because I really, really want to hit 1K. But yeah, with that said, folks, it's been EXO, and I'll talk to you all later. Have a good one, folks.